en vivo dentro del cuadrilátero con Manny Marrero,
Sean Hicks,
Hopper, and our special guest. She's still here.
Your Grace.
Christine, in the ring with Christine at
Inside
your service.
the ring with Christine, talking boxing,
Yes.
talking what we love the most.
Favorite subject.
And I do love boxing a lot. A little bit frustrated nowadays, but
Manny.
I see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know that?
I got to know what you're talking about, Manny, because sometimes I don't, but I can tell there's some excitement in your eyes.
There
Wait,
is-
hold on.
There's that sparkle in his eye.
Wait, hold on. Is this what we think?
cheesing.
Is Manny getting ready to talk to us about Puerto Rican boxing?
Boxing. I mean, we are desperate. We're waiting to come back. I mean, thank God for Kodo Promotions. Kodo Promotions doing a real good job,
Okay.
bringing on this new talent individuals. And right now he's got a December 7th Pedrin Zorrilla bout, which one of his, top prospect, Willie Maroyo, he is 19 fights, 14 knockouts. He lost against Ioka, and that was September 18. He then returned to Miguel Cotto Promotions, and after that, he's just been on fire. He won a 10-round unanimous decision against Carlos Maldonado, and this was for the WBO Latino Flyweight Championship. That's right. It's a lower class. No problem about that. It's still boxing.
It's still
right?
boxing.
Boxing,
Come
sure,
on.
yeah.
I mean, they work hard, guys.
They
all right.
do.
But he's going to be defending his belt against Gabriel Medina. He's 11-3, 10 knockouts, and there's a big rumor about him.
What's the rumor?
If he wins this fight, he could possibly experience it Juan Francisco Estrada.
Oh, El Gallo.
El Gallo. I mean, who knows? But
Did you just make that up, Manny?
no.
Yeah, this is a rumor.
He's on Google.
This is a
He's
rumor.
Googling.
Is that another spider rumor?
It's gotta be
Manny
true.
assumption that we need another champion.
No.
Puerto Rico doesn't have champions, right? He's got
That
one
is-
champion right now.
They do not.
And we need someone, and I think he could be in a position, although it's going to be a tough fight, but he could be in a position to possibly be there.
All right, so a lot of things that you so many nuggets with like
Yeah,
sweet
so many
sauce.
nuggets.
All right, so first of all,
Wow.
let me go ahead and say this, that as a boxing fan first, I am pulling so hard for Puerto Rican
Me
boxing.
too.
We're all-
And we all are. Seriously,
Yeah,
seriously.
definitely.
So-
We're trying to get back up there. It's like having win a World Series in years. This is what we're
True.
trying to get.
Yeah, not even
True.
close to a
Not
World
even
Series.
close.
There's that good Puerto Rican boxer. He's pretty. I believe he's ranked number 1 as he'll be a mandatory pretty soon. El Perrito.
El Perrito.
Javier.
Yeah.
I'm probably pronouncing his name right. Javier. Javier.
Correct. Yeah.
Centro. Yeah.
Centro.
11-0.
Yeah, 11-0.
He's with top rank.
Top ranks. He's got
Ranked number 1 by the WBO.
rank number 1. And he's another big prospect that it's out there.
Kazuta Ioka.
The other guy that it's also a really good prospect. He's actually fighting on that fight with the Kodo Promotions. He is Brian Cherry Chevalier. He's 13-1, 10 knockouts. He just renewed with Miguel Cotto Promotions, and he's going to be fighting the Colombian Jason Vargas for the interim featherweight Latino champion.
Oh, nice.
All right, so all good stuff, right? Big props to Miguel Cotto. I know how I view him as a fight fan. Now, we've had some conversations offline, and Christine, you're going to love this. Now, as far as on the island.
On the island.
Now, let's be honest.
Okay.
On the island, PR, we love you, PR.
Love you, PR.
How is Cotto viewed as a person? Not what he did in the ring, but like how he's treated the fight
I
fans.
hear he's a douche.
Whoa!
That's what I'm just. I mean,
no,
that's what
he's
I
just quoting
hear.
there.
Yeah.
He's a great boxer, and we love him.
The reason why I'm asking that is because
Canelo's not far behind, though. I hear Canelo's kind
Yeah.
of
Canelo, it's pretty much similar, but just keep in mind, guys, when you get to this level, you're surrounded by a bunch of
Oh my goodness.
things, and you
Yeah.
probably get tired of doing certain things and smiling and doing this and that.
He did meet us though, shook our hand,
Well,
took
he
our
was nice
picture.
as hell.
Miguel Cotto.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said
so he was
hi to me in
fine.
English
Yeah.
and Spanish.
Hey,
love
I
you,
even
Cotto.
told him, I go, hey, as a Mexicano, te lo estoy diciendo, you're a great Puerto Rican boxer. Shook my hand and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Like-
Did he squeeze?
kind of.
Yeah,
They
nah,
wanted to punch me. Right there. Shut up.
Well, I asked him, hey, when
Uppercut.
you bring in Kodo Promotions here to Texas, and he looked at me, he's like, yeah,
Yeah, okay, guy.
we're working on it.
Yeah, okay. Wait. Where'd you
¿Pa
go?
qué?
So the reason why I was asking that, as far as like I know he's done some of the things as far as the the pay-per-view and how people can consume his product. does that impact the promotion of the fighters? Because my focus is on these fighters. Will they have a chance to be successful on the island?
Well, they do. They do have a great promotions. They do have great trainers. I think that as a fan, if I was in Puerto Rico, and I have a lot of friends of mine, they wouldn't attend any of these
Shout
fights.
them out.
Woo.
Shout out to all my friends in Puerto Rico.
Aye, baby.
But yeah, I've been asking them. I've been trying to go to that December 7 card, but I've been asking a couple of guys. I go, I'm not going there. And I say, why? They just don't have that connection with them. And I think it's because in the past when we can see Cotto fights out here, HBO or whatever, over there it was always be direct TV pay-per-view. So a lot of people didn't really want to pay for a fight that if you don't have any of these other channels, they're like, okay, never mind. I'll just watch the replay or I'll do a live thing. Someone will have it.
Well, see, that's the thing. So if there's that resentment there, that's going to trickle down to the fighters. So I guess my thing is, as a fight fan, I want the best success for these young, prospects.
Boxers, yeah.
Do they need to get the hell off the island and try to get to the U.S.? Let's be honest.
I mean, some of them will do, but I think eventually you're going to start there, you're going to scout them there, and they're just going to jump out. There's more opportunities out here, and that's in all phases. I mean, don't get me wrong, we got a lot of mountains, or great training out there with the humidity and all of that, but I think that if I was a fighter local and I'd sign with Miguel Cotto, I mean, I'm gonna hang around his talent.
It's
I mean, because there's talent out there. He's gonna drive you. He's gonna get you. I mean, he's got a good relationship with Golden Boy Promotions.
And let's be real, in this
Right?
in this business, in the fight business, you need somebody to open doors for you. You
That's
need
true.
somebody
Yeah.
that can,
And it is who you know.
Yeah.
yeah, and exactly. It's who you know. I mean, you're Miguel Cotto. Oh, okay, come here, sit right here.
Yeah.
Sit at the
I
big
think,
table.
I think my concern right now is, and this we had a conversation before about this, is right now currently there's only one world champion right now, and that's Wilfredo Invito on the mini flyweight. But everyone is desperate to be the next one. That desperation just leads
There's
to
a big fight
frustration.
coming up, Puerto Rico, Mexico, on the undercard to Wilder Ortiz. You have Emmanuel Rodriguez.
Emmanuel Rodriguez.
He's fighting Luis Neri.
Well, he was the one that lost against Naoya at the WBSSS
in
tournament.
the semifinal.
So
the Monster
he's
took him out in the second round, I believe.
I mean, he right now has,
Blasted him.
he came out of that lost. I mean,
Blast him.
The second round. This Kablamo.
He dominated him. But
but he got there.
He got there.
no, he got there.
I want to see.
He
I want to
got
see. I want to
He got
see him and Luis Neri is.
That's gonna.
Well,
No, I think it's a good matchup.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other point. And we were there. We watched Luis Neri fight against the McGroyo brother.
Right.
Yeah, because
at the end of the card.
is he gonna avenge his
Wow.
compatriots?
4-round knockout. That was brutal. But I think this is a problem, though. He started training. He went off. He came back fighting once a year. I mean, you have to be dedicated. What is exactly happening over there? I have no clue, no idea. But what I can tell you is you guys were right. People are kind of jumping out and coming down here and looking for other different opportunities, right? Because it's all about politics.
Is that the path
Definitely.
to success for the change we want to see? Because I want to get back to the 90s, to the odds, having those great rivalries. Hopper, do you want to bring the rivalry back, Puerto Rico versus Mexico?
I do. I want
yeah.
to bring it back so bad. There's no rivalry right now, though. I mean,
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
not.
right now there's
Mexico fighters are just beating up all the Puerto
The only
Ricans.
the
That's
best
the
rivalry.
way it is.
true.
That's the current way it is right now.
The closest thing we have is like everybody.
It was like back in the days, there was no Mexican boxers other than that big old man that fought everyone, the taxi driver's cousin. Huh? I got 100 fights. Who did you fight with? I mean, come on. So, but I
Things have
think,
definitely changed.
I think
Yeah.
that they are kind of working hard. Yes, it's frustrating. It is, because as a boxing fan and the sport that I grew up with, family every Saturday, pay-per-views. I mean, you name it, every fight. I remember like today when Macho Camacho fought Chapo Rosario. 2 Puerto Ricans. They never thought about putting 2 great Puerto Ricans together, and they did. The island got divided, right? Because someone wanted
man, I would
to
love to have seen that.
Most of them, yeah, right. But the next day, it's like we're hugging
Hey,
each
what's
other.
up?
Oh, man.
We won.
We won.
Brothers.
No one lost. Exactly. But man, we are definitely dying for one of those.
But there is hope, though, right?
Wait, hold on. Before we get the hope, there was hope once upon a time. There was a kid called Verdejo.
Oh my god!
You know, I mean,
Yes.
so Christine, let me ask you something, because
You met him.
I was there.
You were there.
I was
and
there.
you know, there's a young, talented guy. He's
Mm-hmm.
being referred as the next big superstar,
Trinidad.
the next Tino
Next
Trinidad.
Trinidad.
But
Whoa.
when you're a young fighter and all of a sudden you go on the fame, is that something that really changed everyone for the worst?
I mean, I don't know if it changed everybody for the worse, but depending on your mental state, you know, it can affect you. You know, positive or negative. It just depends on how you're going to deal with it.
Because he has gone through a lot.
He has. I mean, I know he had his motorcycle accident,
right.
and then he, yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Oh, we talked about it.
He
It's our best
announced,
video. You got to get rid.
He announced
Bye-bye.
a new trainer today.
He did.
Oh, I
Verdejo,
missed that.
Ismael Salas.
Ismael
Oh,
Salas.
I missed that.
Oh.
Okay.
Because he
Around
hadn't done anything
lunchtime,
until
around
last
lunchtime,
night.
He
posted
hasn't
it on Twitter.
done anything.
Not
In the
Yeah.
last fight, he didn't look good.
No.
He's focused
I
right
wasn't
now.
impressed.
This whole legal
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
And
25-1.
So, I mean, Christine.
Got beat up
you
by a
mentioned
Mexican.
When we're off, well, you know that happened.
Yeah.
So we mentioned offline as far as that when you met Felix Verdejo, but he still carries himself like he is the man, though.
Yeah, he does. You know, I think humility is so important, especially whenever, I don't know, you're kind of starting from scratch again and you want to gain more supporters and more fans. I think that I think you should be humble all the time. That's my
Yeah.
opinion. But
you should.
he still carried himself as, you know, I'm the man on the top of the
Oh,
world.
really?
It's good.
And yeah, that was
That turns a
kind
lot of people
It was a
off.
turn off.
I mean,
It was.
one thing for me that, you know, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, which is cool because
Let's
the heat is
see.
good because it's cold as hell here today.
Oh, it's cold.
Oh, my
really
God.
cold. It's ridiculous.
So here's the
Dang.
thing. Like, one of the worst things now, Manny, we're still brothers, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
the worst
We
thing
love
that
you.
could have happened to Felix Verdejo is Felix Trinidad's
Comparisons.
Oh,
Hall,
yeah.
Hall of Fame
Comparisons.
speech.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
me, that was the beginning of the end.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I mean, okay, obviously he has high regard for the young guy, but be on that platform to be put as bestowed as the next guy.
Yeah.
He immediately had a target on his back. It's like,
Yeah.
that's,
Oh, that guy
And-
is? I want some of that.
And the
I want
guy
that.
and the guy that really had more talent, but he didn't. They really was promoted well, or he didn't get that hyped in that whole media stuff like Verdejo is Thomas Delorme. He's the guy that right now that I believe that most likely he could get a opportunity soon. I don't think the Jesse Vargas rematch will happen, but
That
I
was
think
a draw.
Yeah.
I don't think it happened, but I believe, and this is another rumor out there, I believe that he will be
Another
fighting.
rumor.
Another Manny rumor.
Manny
And
rumor.
you're gonna agree with me on this one, and it's true. I mean, it's Eddie Hearn, Amir Khan.
Oh, yeah.
If the Jesse Vargas fight the rematch doesn't
I
happen,
can see that.
I can see
I can see that.
Amir
No, I
Khan.
totally
Sure.
see
And that will be really good because that gives him an opportunity to come
a
come
good
back.
I think
rumor.
Amir Khan would take
Believable.
that.
Well, I mean, he's trying to go.
I think he's trying to cash out.
He's
He
trying-
wants
yeah,
Kell Brook.
he's-
That's
Exactly.
it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just.
He's-
I mean,
I think Delorme, once he sees that some of them training videos, I
Yeah.
don't think
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So
Some of
here's the
Delorme.
thing, Manny. When you started this episode off, and thank you for that. We don't want to be all gloom and doom, and
No,
we
for
love
sure,
you
because
for
there
it.
is hope. There's that one guy.
There's hope.
There
There's
is
What's
hope.
that one kid?
There's
What's
one
his name?
that one guy
He's
that
like 17 or
his name is
something.
Xander
There you go.
Zayas.
That guy.
But see, I don't want to bring that too.
Why not?
high
No,
up
no,
right
no,
now.
talk about him.
That's what we're
The
doing.
reason I know the reason why is because I know he's committed. He's a kid. They're really guiding him well, right? But the reality is you got to prove everything. And he just had one fight. Yes, it was great. First round knockout, about a minute and 35 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, I was impressed.
I don't
Yeah, that
want to
was
make
impressive.
comparisons
Not
either,
yet.
because he's got the same style, but he's very fast. He's got a great IQ. He's a kid that is very talented, and he was unfortunate the way it all started. He was being bullied at school, and
Yeah.
her mom got him into school, and all of a sudden I'm getting out of Puerto Rico and going to Florida, and
Signing with Top Rank.
signing with Top Ranks at
Yeah,
Question
8
for you.
years
Question
old.
for you about Question for you with Xander. Now, yeah, what I saw, I think he's gonna. There's definitely hope for the island with
There
Xander.
is.
But serious question: how many more fights until you think he gets beat up by a Mexican?
Oh.
Man, he's gonna. Hit you, right?
I will replay this, and I will come back to you, slap you when he whoops everyone's behind. Not only that, when he will whoop washed out Canelo when he moves up to 160 when he's maybe 10 more years
10
from now.
more years.
10 years.
Yeah,
definitely.
exactly. But
I'll bring
there's no one that can beat him. The problem is that is at 147 right now, and it's a stacked division.
They're gonna take care of him.
Yeah, they will.
I mean, I wasn't fortunate enough to actually meet him when I went to Colorado. He had left just a few months before I got there. But everybody talked nothing but good things about him. He was a leader. He was very polite.
He's very humble.
And he's very charismatic.
Humble,
He's very
charismatic.
Smile,
Very
big old
humble.
smile.
He worked harder than anyone. I was concerned that he had only ranked youth and junior. He hadn't gotten to that elite level,
Right.
you know. So I was kind of concerned about that. But so far, I'm rooting for him. I think he's going to do good things. I think they're going to take care of him, you know, and I think he'll do good things.
Keeps his head leveled. You know,
Yeah,
just
Yeah, I
work-
mean,
he comes
work
from a good
hard.
family. I believe he will.
He does.
It seems like he has a good support system.
Yes.
It does always kind of concern me to the things that Christine said as far as like his amateur background and kind of where that went. But clearly the talent is there. You know?
And he
Yeah.
connected well with Sweatbox Boxing Gym in Davie, Florida. You know, they're really, you know, the connections he's got, and obviously the trust and, you know, what Top Rank, what Bob Aaron, you know, saw him. And I think that, yes, he's calling the best
Youngest fighter.
ever
signed.
Yeah.
youngest signed, but also he'll be the biggest Puerto Rican, you know, sensation that what we've been waiting for. And I know, I'm humble right now, but wait and see, because when we were
coming.
when we
Just
were
wait.
whooping your behinds for so many years,
I was a baby. I was a kid.
I don't even remember.
I was like
Nobody
2 years old.
Does anybody even remember?
we're like the Cowboy fans. We live in the History Channel.
Right?
no, but seriously, Manny, does it concern you at all that the people that handled or handling Felix Verdejo are also handling Xander? Does that concern you at all?
Not at all. I think Verdejo is a different story. I think Verdejo will, you know, I don't want to go into much detail, but I think, you know, previous,
It was just too
you know,
big.
it was too big, and then all of a sudden you're young and you got a contract, $600,000.
Motorcycle. Let's go get a motorcycle.
Exactly,
Right.
and then you're not really focused on what you have to do, and then of course you're famous.
The number
Yeah.
All of a sudden you're
number of
famous.
Athletes
Yeah.
that have
Yeah, and
lost
so
their careers.
it's
to
just
Jay Williams when he
Wow.
moved from
Yeah.
Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, he wasn't the same. He had to retire. It's just why even get on a motorcycle if you,
That's what I
especially if you're a
say.
boxer.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, not smart.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Mm.
So I think he will do well. I'm just curious to see what kind of mindset Verdejo has now that he's got a new trainer. Which, by the way, it
Ismael
came out because
Salas.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
We looked
Yeah,
at
I
this
didn't know
it's,
that.
this
Thank you
morning.
for
That's
that,
cool.
Ismael
Yeah,
Salas,
thank you
appreciate
for
that.
that.
Ismael Salas.
Is there any hope
and
there, though?
It's confirmed.
is there hope there? Yes. My only concern, and I don't know. I mean, this I guess was I guess just years ago, right? But his conditioning trainer. Oh goodness.
Was it the
Memo Heredia.
Memo Heredia?
Memo Heredia.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know people deserve second chances, and I'm sure he learned from the past, but I don't know. I just think you really have to part ways with everything. You start a new life, a new chapter in your career, and I don't know if he's done that yet, and I don't know if he's taken
Yeah.
all that mindset from the past and being able to say, I'm a new person, I'm gonna humble myself, I'm gonna really I love what El Tigre said. You know, I don't talk a lot of shit.
I just
I
back it up.
I go
Yeah.
in the ring, and that's where I do my
And
shit.
it's because-
So that's what he needs to do.
You have
and
to be
he's
a willing
he has-
participant.
yeah, and
You
he
can
has
have the best
talent.
coach trainer in the world, but if you're not a willing participant,
It's
then it
not
doesn't
going to
matter
do
who your
anything.
trainer is.
Not at
because
all.
he has talent. I mean, he beat up my
Yeah.
guy from San Antonio, Bam Bam Nahara. He
Yeah.
beat him up.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
That's
yeah.
talented, but also how healthy is? Do you think the motorcycle crash?
I
took
think he'll
something out of
probably be
him? You
okay.
think
I just
it's-
don't think that he's on his best training right now since he's dealing with all that stuff. You have to be very active. He didn't look well in
No,
his
and
past.
he took.
No.
And then
Yeah,
when he was
yeah.
gonna fight, I forget who was gonna fight, but he suffered an injury and he was out for
Right.
like another 13
Correct.
months.
Exactly. And then when he came
So-
back, it's not the
Which
same.
could all be related to the accident.
To the
I
accident.
mean,
I mean, yeah. I mean,
but
who
when
knows?
when
who
you
knows how
talked
healthy
about
he is? Which we can spend another talking about
Yeah,
accidents and how
definitely.
healthy people
Yeah.
come out after.
yes.
That's why I don't
Errol
get a
Spence,
Ferrari.
We'll talk about it somewhere else.
Right, me neither. Sheesh.
but
Right,
but
so-
I think when you're already talked about that you're going to be able to finally fight, you know, for a championship belt at 135 against Lomachenko, and I mean this whole stuff. Just
Oh, my
I don't think he
goodness.
could even last a round
No.
With Loma?
Lomachenko.
No.
no,
No.
not at all. So
No, not any of
Man,
those
if they-
guys.
if they-
Luke Campbell,
If they made that fight,
Linares.
I'd be sad
Oh,
for you,
Linares,
bro.
yeah,
That would
no.
be
no,
That'd be
I'd rather
horrible.
him just wait for someone that
no
comes from,
disrespect
you
to
know.
you, but I'm just saying like that would be a horrible fight.
No, no,
Yeah.
it didn't happen when it needed to happen. It's not going to happen now. I don't think he's going to have a chance for title until Lomachenko goes down or moves up.
And see,
Vacates.
Right.
Or the WBA
Those-
sometimes.
yeah.
Like they'll come out with another belt, aluminum belt. Or,
Yeah, there you go. Just like
True.
yep, aluminum.
Yes.
Yeah. interim.
So with that said,
Is that the way they call interim? Interim.
interim aluminum
En el
silver belt.
interino?
kind of closing things out. So in your mind, the light is at the end of the tunnel. There's been some tough times, but you do see potential for, please God, Puerto Rican boxing is coming back.
please.
Bring it back,
I do-
Lord.
I
I
do.
do want to see it.
I do.
wanna-
There's-
I'm not just give you a hard
There's a,
time.
no,
I just
it's good. It's all good because it's reality, man.
Yes,
It's like
you
someone's
do
come out. I'm a Cowboy fan for life, and
Oh,
someone tells me we
I
suck. We do
I get
suck.
it all the time, bro.
But check
I've
out
heard it for
there's
33
a
years.
really good kid. His name is Daniel Zorrilla. He's a junior welterweight. He just won the Nebo WBO. Yeah,
Zorrilla.
and he actually is up and coming as well. So he's going to be fighting Antonio Tono Moran.
Yeah.
And no, actually, he had a draw with that. He's going to be fighting Jomar Alamo. So he's another upcoming one that could possibly maybe be able to bring us a world champion. Because right now it's not about
El Perrito. I'm telling you, I think
Not-
El Perrito's
not
gonna
about-
be the first one to get it. Watch.
Really?
I think El Perrito's,
I mean, Hopper's pretty good on his picks, man.
El Perrito is.
And
I
he's
am
a
too.
hater for life, so you
I'm
know
a
if he
hater.
says it.
I'm a Puerto Rican
Are
hater.
are you Mexican? Oh, we stabbed you so much. Ouch.
No, but El Perrito.
You know,
I mean,
you know
I'll
the fight
check
that I will never
out,
forget
man.
about is Vargas and Tito Trinidad.
Oh,
Yo,
see, Vargas is like he's Chicanito. He's more Mexican American.
He like this guy. Oh,
Oh, he doesn't
oh
count.
man,
He
here you
doesn't
go.
count.
He's a cholo. He's not
Oh, my gosh.
But we never talked about someone that, and I know we've had this conversation before, but why Danny Garcia is not in the mix?
That's a great question because I know that
as far as a Puerto Rican, like maybe that just they're not.
Well, I mean,
they're not promoting
my
him the way-
girls, they're
They
born
know who
here.
he is. Yeah.
They're Puerto Ricans.
Yeah,
they're born
yeah,
here.
for sure.
I mean, they
It don't
and
matter where
they
you-
take the flag wherever they go.
Yes.
you guys love that flag,
Oh, we do.
and we love it too.
Well, of course, for sure. Respect.
But
So
I think it's more of like when he started his career, he was just too much up to him. He never really promoted himself as
Philly,
the Puerto
he
Rican.
promoted
You were
Philly.
there in Colorado.
He promoted
Philly,
Philly.
yeah, he
I
did.
mean, have you heard him talk Spanish? Like when he fought Mauricio Herrera.
Herrera,
He got beat
in
up
Puerto
by
Rico.
Mauricio Herrera.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
exactly, yeah.
A little bit gente regresa. Like,
Yeah.
whoa, bro,
Sounded like
talk
me.
English.
And they tried
Translator.
they tried to sabotage that flag. But when you saw Xander Zayas, big huge Puerto Rican flag behind him, very Puerto Rican
exciting.
proud. And he's been
yeah.
out of
It's
he's been
beautiful.
out of Puerto Rico for a while. So
And that's smart marketing. Sorry.
Exactly.
It is.
But he's
Yeah.
got it in his heart, and when you
Yeah.
see him active in social medias, he talks in Spanish, talks to his people in Puerto Rico. We never saw
There you
that
go.
in Danny Garcia.
No, he was more
Yeah.
Philly.
Exactly.
He's
was.
Philly.
Philly
Exactly.
All the way
Fighter.
through and through.
Yeah.
Just because he started losing popularity,
Then
now let me go.
They
to Puerto
tried
Rico.
that angle.
Let me
after
get
he
that
fought.
2 million people in Puerto Rico.
After he beat up Lucas Matiz, and that was a great fight.
Oh, yeah,
they were like,
absolutely.
"Oh, let's send him to Puerto
Argentinian.
Rico and get those fans."
Yeah, that
and
was.
he got
And he got
whooped by
beat up.
Herrera, yeah.
he got beat up.
He got kind of
Carjacked.
whooped. I mean,
Mauricio Herrera whooped him.
Mauricio
Oh,
Herrera,
man.
boy,
Great
Professor.
Good
But
times.
there's light at the end of the
times,
tunnel.
Manny.
I think that I don't think that they really took care of like a good farming system, right? That will be able to start training people. You go to every small gym in Puerto Rico and it's packed of kids.
Yeah.
And I think in
I
5
bet.
years,
It'll be back.
you'll be
Yeah.
able to
I won't
see
want to talk to you then, huh? I won't
Yeah,
want
you
to talk to you.
Podcast would be totally different.
Different conversation.
Canelo will be looking like a Joe Sanders, like he kind of looked like him at one point, right? It's like that's a washed out Canelo there.
So definitely some good stuff from Manny.
Yeah,
We'll definitely
that
keep
was
it
good,
posted
man. That was
on
good.
PR Boxing. We're so excited.
Boxing, guys, en Puerto Rico, ya tú sabes,
And
Miguel Cotto Promotion, diciembre 7 en el
Yes.
Coliseo Pedrín Zorrilla,
Yeah.
cartelera impresionante, para apoyar todos los boxeadores locales de Puerto Rico, and we can finally whoop all the Mexicans.
Yeah, and
Line him up, right? Line him up.
Line them up, get them ready.
With all the respect of all my Mexican friends, I love you guys all. I'm a multinational, but when it comes to sport, we
and
really
remember Puerto Rico.
De
Remember the
corazón.
biggest hater. His name is Sean.
Sean.
Right? Not
Yeah,
Hopper.
Absolutely.
Shawnee looking guy. Yeah, right. Sean is the biggest hater, but all of a sudden, there's an idea. We need to get a song. And guess what? He gets a Spanish reggaeton table song in our podcast.
Ah, yeah.
I got everyone.
Nice,
Everyone was telling
nice.
me, like, wow, Manny, that was cool. You got a song. It's like, I don't want to take the credit. That wasn't me.
Take it.
It was the
take
only
it.
gringo on the team.
Gringo
was
USA.
that Miss Hick?
No, that was
was
me.
Miss Hicks.
That was me. I was like,
Okay.
okay,
Oh,
that
Sean,
sounds
but
pretty
good stuff, man. That was
Good
good.
stuff.
I enjoyed the conversation, man.
Indeed,
Definitely.
indeed. But we'll be back.
I enjoyed the conversation of B- boxers.
B- boxers.
So yeah, definitely, brother. Keep us posted. We can't wait.
Indeed.
And it's only honorable
Fuera.
that your grace sends us
Well,
out.
I mean, hold on a second, because I wanted
Uh-oh.
to talk to you about something. There's 2 prospects going in there, and one of them to that fight, and one of them, her name is Stephanie Pinheiro. She wants to follow Serrano's steps, and she's a multi-sport. She loves basketball. She this is her second fight, and she's a very strong candidate.
Yeah, one thing that we gotta say
And
too.
the women in Puerto Rico, they're probably growing faster.
What's her
than
Serrano?
Serrano.
Right? Amanda
Yeah,
Serrano.
Amanda
So
Serrano.
yeah, let's say
Pound
that.
for pound.
7
for pound.
7.
So real quick, we gotta say, in all respect to what we've been saying, we've been referring to the men's boxing. Serrano is
hands down,
Hands
pound
down.
for pound.
Yeah.
Destroyed her Hardy.
Yeah. Wow.
And she tested positive for something.
She cheated and she still beat
cheated
her.
and got beat up.
Yeah.
Is that why she go MMA?
She didn't take
Yeah.
enough.
So I'm thinking that there's going to be a super fight. I'm predicting by Matchroom in 2020, it's going to be Katie Taylor and it's going to be
it's
Serrano.
gonna be
Serrano,
Mm,
absolutely.
that would be a super
Because I don't
fight.
think MMA is going to be
That would
working
be
for
a
her. I
super
think
fight.
she has more passion about boxing, and I think that
More money
definitely
anyway.
she wants 8.
Oh, but yeah.
She's already claiming 8.
We'll watch that.
We'll watch that.
Mano Rodriguez and Luis Neri fight.
We'll
I'll
do
be
that.
watching.
Absolutely.
Texting
closely.
you. I'll be texting you.
Face chat.
FaceTime. Forget text.
Here's a Skype.
Each round. What do you think? What do you think?
Let's see what happens. But all in good is all for the sport. We all love boxing. We talk boxing. We live boxing. We breathe boxing. And like always, guys, this is sponsored right now by Texas Select Boxing Club. The owner right here, Christine, inside the
Holla
ring
at
with
'em.
Christine. Man, all episode. This is the first podcast, the first night podcast that we had our guest for all episodes.
Oh,
Yes,
I'm so
amazing.
honored. Thank you.
Yeah.
Knowledge
Thank
that
you.
should
I
be
feel
thank you so much.
special.
You're gracious with your grace.
So
Thank
accomplished.
you.
Yeah.
I appreciate
It's
y'all
always
so
good to have a
much.
female
Us
voice around
peasants
us.
Thank
here
you.
with
Well, you know. no.
Boxer,
No.
trainer, mom,
No, my-
wife,
Man.
she does it all.
I love it. It's my
Superwoman.
life.
Travel,
It really is my
media.
life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Inside the Ring with Christine. Check her out. Check us out also as well. We
Please.
are in Google Podcast.
Stitcher.
And?
Stitcher podcast. And
Apple Podcasts and on YouTube.
Exactly.
YouTube.
Subscribe, like, and share.
Subscribe
And
to
like
all
we
our
say,
stuff.
que
Please.
nunca muera el boxeo. Long live
Nunca.
boxing. En vivo.
support your local boxing.
Out.
Peace.